Hello all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. This video is a series of PHP tutorial videos, and this is fourth video. Earlier I have created introduction tutorial, and then a PHP forms and PHP advanced tutorial, and PHP OOD object oriented programming tutorial. And then in this video I am going to talk about PHP database and how do we connect to the database and how do we run all the functions to fetch, insert, and get the data. So what is MySQL? MySQL is a database system used on the web. Of course, it is a famous, and now it is used worldwide. The database server runs on server. MySQL is ideal for both small and large applications. Very fast, reliable, and easy to use. Is standard SQL, and compiles on number of platforms. MySQL is free to download and use. MySQL is developed, distributed, and supported by Oracle Corporation, and named after co-founder, Monty uh, Warden's daughter, Mai. The data in MySQL database are stored in tables. Table is a collection of related data, and it consists of columns and rows. So databases are useful for storing information categorically. A company may have a database with the following tables: employee, product, customers, orders. So PHP and MySQL database system combined is a cross platform, and you can utilize actually to query the data. We can query database for specific information and have a record set. Okay, so if you install XAMPP, you will get MySQL also installed. I will show you how to access http colon slash slash, and you will actually get PHP myadmin, and when you click on PHP myadmin, okay, uh, you can actually open the uh, uh, user interface of MySQL, and you can watch my videos to install, configure, XAMPP, Apache, MariaDB, PHP, and Perl, which will actually allow you to install and work on the PHP and MySQL. So I have installed it and running this MySQL and PHP. Okay, so it is now sharding. Let me verify. What is the, let me understand what is the configuration I used. I remember I changed it to, so this is running in 3306. Okay, see, it has opened. We will use the test database, and this is the user interface for our programming. The system is very slow, but we will use this or the commands given by. So MySQLi is a extension, stands for improved, and Python PDY is a Python data objects. Let us use that. You can install the respective modules. Open a connection. So how do you open a connection? Use the server name, username, and password, and then you can use the connection, and then you can use the MySQLi and connect, and then you can actually verify whether connection successful or failed. Okay, and then uh, example, we will not use PDO, we will actually use the MySQLi to work with our programming. Okay, so now create MySQL database using MySQLi. We will not use PDO, we will use only MySQL. PDO, if you want, you can also use it, right? Both methods, but we will only try with the MySQLi. But basically the syntax, the concept will be similar. So what we are using is we are using a local username password, and we are creating. Now we are using this SQL create database mydb, and then this connection and query, and we are executing. So once this executes, right, it will create the database with the mydb. Okay, if you want to use you know PDO, so you have to create the object with the PDO, and then where you are actually following the server name, username, password, and then set attributes this one, and then create the database my mydb PDO, and then you have to use execute, which will actually execute. Okay, so you just need to understand and then experiment that. So how to create a table? See, usually these are one-time activities. Okay, creating the table and right, these are one-time activities. You can directly come here, and then you can create the table, and you can create the tables here directly. You can create the database and create the table with the direct DB comments, MySQL comments. So how do we create? You need to create that, for example, and then see, if you want, you can come here and then create here. Okay, you don't have to worry about uh, you know execute that. Okay, so the table is created, right? So you don't have to execute through the PHP, but if you want to do that initially during the project development, you can create this, but usually you should avoid this creating the DB and tables using the program. But if you want to create, this is the logic. First connect to the database with username, password, and DB name, and then use the query, and then use this connection query to execute. And in the PDO format, it is having a different format. You can use that one. So how do we insert MySQL using the MySQLi? So basically, it is the same as the way we have executed. We need to execute this. We need to first connect to the database, and then insert into my guess first name, last name, and then values, right? So as you insert, no, and then connection execute, and then you need to close that connection. That is in MySQLi, and then in the procedural also you have to use this way, and use that MySQLi query. Okay, and then pass that connection and query procedural way, and then that is object oriented way, right? This is a procedural way, and then you can utilize in a PDO way, set the attributes what you need to do, and then connect to the database, get the connection, and connect with the execute, and use the query to insert the values. Okay, so that is how you will execute. And get ID of last inserted record. How do you do that? Okay, you are inserting, and then you are closing here, right? Object oriented way is based on the object, you call it. Procedural way, you can use MySQLi and query, and then PDO way, query, and then this one, and then insert multiple. Okay, how do we insert multiple records? You can add it in the same string and then execute it. Multi-query. You can multi-query, then you can execute multi-query. MySQLi multi-query query. Here also execute, and here you need to commit. Okay, if you don't commit, data will be lost. So prepared statements are very useful against SQL injections, right? SQL injections in the sense, people can add um, their own data through the web programming and then inject into your database and then leak the data. So a prepared statement will actually be useful to make it in query and then make that so that it will not directly replace the SQL statement, and you add the values and then pass it and then parameters, and you execute statement dot execute and statement. So you create the statement and the statement will be executed. You can also do it in the bind parameters and execute them. Okay, each statement. So come back to this one. And experiment. So the next statement, next program which we are going to use it is a select. So this is a very frequent, command we use to fetch the data from the database table. Okay, select column names from table or select star from table where condition. So we use this command and then we bind the variables and then we fetch it, right? So we connect to the database, username, password, and then we actually execute select id first name last name from this is the query, and then we are executing the query. It is a object oriented way of executing, and then results dot num0 greater than 0, then for each results while row and results dot fetch associated, and then we actually get that values are associated with the row, and row of id, row of first name, and row of last name. So records are there in this, and then it will be printed. This is how you need to execute. So let us run this. I think this we have, so like this, it is displayed. So fetch the data, and then you can use this in your programming. So procedure will you will use mysqli num rows and result to, and you use that mysqli fetch associated instead of object, and then use that. So you can use in object oriented way or normal way or PDO way also. Prepare statement and then execute it. And you can use the where class, as I mentioned, to fetch the records based on the condition be kept in the SQL, and then execute the query, and then fetch the results, and for each row you can display. So command experiment, here you will lot of examples are here. It will be very much useful for you. And order by, either you can use it ascending or descending, right? In the same command, order by and last name, and then rest of the story is fetch associated, and either object oriented way or procedural way or PDY way. But you come and execute. Don't use this program to delete, but delete you can do it with very careful, but delete command you can use it. Okay, delete from my gate where id equal to, and that will be deleted, and execute the query, and that particular record will be deleted from the database, and you can do it in a procedural way. Similarly, you can use this to update the table with the update record, right? So update table name, set last name is equal to do, where condition is equal to, and then we connect to the database, and then this is the update query, and then query you need to execute the query, and that particular column is the particular last name is updated for the id equal to 2. Okay, and limit is used to fetch the number of records in a particular database. If you want to get only the top one, then make it limit 1. Okay, limit, limit or limit 3, limit 2. So when you are selecting in an ordered way limit 1, then it will return the first ordered one. So that will be the best way to get the top record from your query. Okay, so this is the um, MySQL database. You come to WP schools and experiment with the try it yourself. And with this, I am going to say that I have completed Python introduction with advanced forms programming, object-oriented programming, and databases. Okay, and any additional topics are required, you can comment it and I can create it. I am going to end this Python programming. I will also create HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So if you are interested, you can come and visit my videos to improve your PHP programming. Thank you for watching, and if you want to get internship, come and visit my mysys.com, internship.com, and I'm giving internship with many roles. And with my vast experience of 30 years of industry experience, I can actually provide you an excellent internship opportunity, and it is a fee based, and I am providing 1 month internship with 1500, and 3 months with 3500, and for each quarter 3500 each. This price is very limited, and join my internship and get a internship certificate from MySys IT Services PT Private Limited. It is a registered company. Thank you. If you like this video, come and join my internship, and share, like, comment.